2. If you guys would like to go share this call from your wall, my wall, if you go to my wall, you can share this call, and we'd like to share it. Someone's going to go share it in the group, I'm sure. ER Shred group, Shredders Unite group.
So I guess we're going to have wall-to-wall shreds.
I've got it for the group if people want to share it on their own walls.
From your,
Oh, great.
get off that now. We'd like to share it. Someone's going to go share it in the group, I'm sure. ER Shred group.
We're
You
going to have
can.
wall-to-wall shreds.
I've got it for the group if people want to share it on their own walls.
I'm going to pause that right there. So there you go. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi.
Welcome, everybody. And we will mute people for a minute. Welcome to the Come Alive, ER Shred Come Alive call. And Crystal might have to step out pretty soon because we have a party.
End of the school year. Today was the last day of school, so Brooklyn insisted on having a pool party for all of her friends. So I got to go help her set up.
We're going to have a lot of 9 and 10-year-old kids over here in just a minute.
Yeah.
So that will be fun.
Yeah.
One cool thing, Mel, this is a present for Mimi the Clown, and this is, Mel will know what that is. My mom found this and she said, oh, we have to get this for Mimi, we have to. And so we're gonna ship this off to you, Mel. Let me know your current address.
That's the same color as my brand new bike, y'all.
Oh,
Beautiful.
It's perfect. ER Shred color.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should have probably got swords, like balloon swords.
Yeah.
Still very, very much adorable. And my mom,
plastic or something.
she said you're the official, and it's a word that starts with a CH, and it's some kind of ambassador, some kind of entertainer. And I can't, for the life of me, she kept throwing out this word. I'll find out what it is.
What was that?
It sounded like chauffeur or something like that. It was like a very, it's a word I've never heard before. In fact, I tried to call her before the call.
She couldn't remember what.
No, she'll remember. I
Oh.
couldn't reach her, but
Oh.
we'll find out, and then we will
Okay.
tell everybody that you are the official shenanigan.
Awesome.
Something that
Shenanigans.
All right, you guys. Well, we just want to make sure that we tell everybody that we do not intend to cure, treat, prevent any kind of illness. We do not make any medical claims. Please, those of you who would share your testimonials, no mention of medications or diseases or anything of that sort. Grateful to Heidi, who was on the call last night with Jesse Jamnick.
That was really awesome, you guys. Heidi and Jesse, I loved that call.
It was really powerful. I think the part that really touched me and moved me was when Jesse kind of just said, like, what happened? He said, what happened? You knew all this information, you had these different resources at your disposal. What happened? And you guys will have to go back and listen to it because it was really got down to the nitty gritty, as they say. I really, really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we need to share?
I don't think so. We're pregnant. Just kidding.
No, that's not possible. That can't happen anymore. All right, well, we'll go ahead and kick this off now. We're going to invite a few people to share that have said they're willing to share their testimonials of their experience with ER Shred. And then after they share, our nutrition coach, Jesse Jamnick, is going to give just a brief overview of what ER Shred is. We're going to ask that people who are new, who are willing to share, if we haven't contacted or connected with you, go in the chat and just say, hey, I'd like to share, and post your name, just basically raise your hand and say, hey, I'd like to share. We'd love to have you share for a couple minutes, and we'll move through them, every couple minutes, and that'll be great. And then if there's time, we are always open to, if there aren't any more new ones, We'd love updates from any of you that have been with us for any length of time. So our first one is, let's see if you can say this.
Wait,
Why does it say minded? Oh, those were people who said maybe.
oh, okay.
It is Mindy.
Mindy Mahler Summerla. Summerler.
Lamore.
Oh, that,
Can you hear me okay? It's Lamore.
no, that's Ruby, but what about Mindy Summerla?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you are. Ruby, you're next.
Okay,
Wait.
gotcha.
And I know how to say Lamera. I know how to say Lamera.
Oh.
I had a friend who was a Lamera. So Mindy, your hair totally goes with our logo.
Yeah.
I know you saw that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
introduced you to ER Shred?
A really good friend of mine and office assistant, Joyce Gokenauer. She has been using like Isagenix since 06 off and on. And every time she was in my office, I was kind of seeing her, doing some things, and I had done keto for, oh my gosh, 5 years off and on. And boy, that's some strict stuff.
Yeah,
And
Mindy, real quick, who was it? Because it glitched right when you said the name of who.
Joyce Gokenauer.
Okay, Joyce. I don't think I can't remember Joyce, but that's cool. All right.
Yeah. So I just saw her, and then we got to talking about it, and she goes, well, there's this whole ER shred thing. And I'm like, well, tell me more about that. And then one day she goes, well, let's just order you stuff. And I said, okay, let's order me stuff. So that's kind of
when was that? How long ago?
that was like the second week of March.
Oh, cool. So it's been a little while. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I've seen you post in the group, so thank you for your participation.
Yeah.
Tell us what unfolded from there.
So so technically for real, I have done 3 shreds, but I don't count the first one. The first one I can honestly say, because it was right after, I got my pack, and then it would have been like the Monday after St. Patrick's Day or something like that. And then after I got done, that last day I was leaving for Arizona, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to try this whole thing. And I tried it out, but I can honestly say I wasn't committed at that time. I did it. I did the 11 days flawlessly, but then I wasn't committed afterwards on figuring out the rest of it. And so I went to Arizona, came back, everything was exactly the way it was before I did my first shred. And then so I'm like, okay, we're going to do this again, and I'm going to be committed this time, and we're going to figure this out. And so I did it very successfully, and I learned that you cannot look at a scale. The scale is full of BS. And so you don't look at that. You literally go by your measurements and your clothes, and that's it. Yes, I still step on my scale. It's a bad habit. I should throw it away, but I'm not. So moving on.
Yeah.
So then I would add in a couple of foods here and there just to try things out. I have learned that I cannot eat salad, and I used to eat salad every day. I would have never known in a million years that it would go straight through my body and end up a complete mess later.
And
Can't
just
eat
so you know, that's not unique to you. That's my experience as well.
Yeah. My husband's like, well, because we went on, we were out of town, and I had eaten some salad because this was just this past weekend, and the next morning he heard me in the bathroom. He goes, "You are never eating salad ever again." And I'm like, "Don't worry, I won't, not at all," because I ate more than I should have the day before. But anyway, so and then I tried an apple, and it took me an hour to eat it. And I'm like, why do I keep eating this? Because it's doing nothing but making my stomach just hurt unbelievably. And it was so dumb. So I will never eat another apple. But and so then I did a second shred, and that's when I noticed probably the biggest results as far as my body goes, going from only 11.8 pounds. And I say that only because it doesn't seem like a lot in my head, but it was 19 inches and 5 of them being around my stomach. And
Wait. Hold up. So that was the second time that you went about this, right?
so, yes, but so my first shred, I don't even count, even
You
though
don't
I
even
did.
count, and you don't even know those. You don't even know those stats, right?
No.
Okay,
don't
so
know.
the second shred was like 11.8 pounds and 19 inches. Is that
So
right?
now that would be my second and third shred,
Okay.
technically.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So we don't even talk about the first shred because
All
but
right.
I had to tell you because it was an experience. I wasn't committed here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was just trying it out. And so so the second and third one, it was after the third one that that I was like, holy cow. And that 5 inches around my waist was gone, 19 inches overall. And I was fitting in clothes that I haven't worn in a really, really long time. And it's been quite the experience. And I think it was Jesse that talked somewhere on something, and he goes, I don't know who it was actually, and they just go, this is not keto. Especially because I had it in my mind when we were just eating meat and butter, that's kind of what it was. Even though I read the containers, the nutrition on the containers, I read that, but it was still in my head that this is keto. And so when I heard and I think it was Jesse that said it, that I was totally released. I was released of the keto bondage. Because that's what I called it. It was bondage, in keto bondage.
I want to ask you a question about that because we've never really had a chance on the Come Alive call. We've never taken the time to just dig a little deeper. Jesse has on the Shred Your Body call, but real quick, for those listening, why is this different?
It is different because you don't totally wreck everything because you took a bite of a donut or you took, it doesn't set you backwards because you decided to indulge that meal or that day. And I love how Jesse doesn't call it cheating because it's not cheating. You indulged for a moment. And so it doesn't set you backwards and you're beating yourself up and you're feeling guilty and all of the crap that comes with that keto guilt that you accidentally screwed up.
Okay.
And set you backwards. It doesn't do that. It does not do that. So like we went to dinner the other night after we played golf, and we went to dinner, and the shrimp dip sounded really good, and it came with chips and pieces of bread. Guess what? I ate a couple of them. Did I feel like not so great and super full later? Yeah, but I wasn't beating myself up going, great, that just ruined like, a month of keto and a diet and, set me totally up for failure. So it's released me of keto bondage.
Way to go. Keto bondage is not a thing with ER Shred. And I love how Jesse talks about we need to get this cheating mentality, this cheat meal mentality. That never made sense to me either. So thank you so much for that. Let me ask you, what other non-scale victories did you realize?
Well, I have to have my cholesterol and a bunch of other things tested every 6 months because of testosterone, but who cares about that? Anyway, so I have to have that checked. And the last year and a half, it was always high. And so I am now finally in the normal range. The only place I'll be normal in my life.
That is awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you for sharing that. That's always really exciting news when people actually have their test results that they can share with us.
That's great.
Yeah.
That gives you peace of mind, I know, because of all the propaganda and all the crap we've been threatened with and the fear mongering. So congratulations. What about, do you feel like you have control over your eating?
Do I feel like I have control over that? Absolutely. That it was interesting because I've started we'll say my fourth shred, my third real one. I started on Monday, and again, and I questioned on whether I wanted to start that Monday just because of Memorial Day weekend. And I thought, well, there's always going to be a weekend. There's always a weekend. Every 7 days there's a weekend. And will it mean that I'm not, the part that I will indulge in is drinking, because I do like to consume a couple of adult beverages. And so I will continue to do that. I have figured out I can, even though beer is a favorite, I can't do that anymore because it makes me feel like complete crap. So I have gone to whiskey and water or tequila and water, and it's great. And I don't get a hangover. You guys, I don't get a hangover. I'm so
You noticed you drink less.
maybe.
I do.
I'm not gonna lie on that.
That was a hard
So-
no.
No. Let's not be silly. I mean, come on.
I've noticed that I don't have to drink much at all. And,
Yeah.
I really feel it when your body's really super clean and baseline. I agree. When I drink a beer or 2 beers, it's like my
Yeah.
belly just
Yeah.
bloats, and I
And
can't
I get really
do
hungover.
that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we
Okay.
haven't had any like beer type beverages, but we've cut down like half the amount that we used to consume.
Totally. We only have a drink or 2 at most, and we're totally great. Now, that's not shaming you if you have 7 or 8, my dear.
That's good. I wasn't going to take that shame. I'm going to keep on drinking. It's just I've learned what I can and what I shouldn't, and how it makes me feel. I've really learned that. And I just said, you know what? I'm not going to like beat myself up. I'm going to do every day that I can to do it great. And are there going to be moments even in that 11 days that maybe I don't want to say shouldn't, but I'm going to, because I'll lack any other terms, but I'm okay. And that's okay, because otherwise I'll never do a shred if I felt like, so it's good for me to do, most of it, and then maybe have, where there's a couple occasions on a day 7 or day 8 that it just didn't work out is exactly as planned, but I'm not going to beat myself up because I know my body will still be better no matter what.
This is part of the culture. Like you'll hear all of us ER shred leaders, we talk about awareness, we talk about ownership. As long as you're not justifying, rationalizing, making excuses, then it's okay. It's okay to be human. You're just fine.
Yeah.
It's when we justify and rationalize and make every excuse under the sun and pretend we didn't do it, that's when it'll bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
Hey, is there anything else? I mean, I almost feel like we could just spend this entire time with you. You have such phenomenal energy. Did you come alive? Did you, even though you've done keto all those years, did you have that experience where you kind of came alive?
I came alive, not maybe so much in the sense of energy, but joy, because I found something that I could do, and that was going to be a lifestyle change that I would enjoy doing. And that it was not, I wasn't beating myself up on a constant basis because, I had a cheat day or an indulging day. And so that's what made it better. And so it's interesting. I'll see people ask questions in the group. Can I do this? And can I do that? And this is what I want to say. Quit finding other people to help give you excuses of why you should be able to do those things. Don't do that. Quit doing that. You're asking them to give you permission so you don't feel so, you can blame somebody else because you didn't work out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gained weight. No, quit asking permission because nobody's going to give it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's that whole misery loves
Yeah.
company kind of thing. It's make me feel better about this. No,
Yeah.
you don't need that.
Yeah, I already know what I shouldn't do. I don't need. So.
Yeah.
So we are so thrilled to meet you, and please keep showing up.
Yeah.
We want to keep tabs on your progress. We all do. One of the coolest things about this ER Shred community, if you haven't figured it out, is we all really like each other.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
it's not contrived, and it's not fake, and it's not for money, and it's not for advertising.
It's
We all
definitely genuine.
actually like
Yeah.
each other.
Mhm.
Yes. I've noticed that a lot.
Yeah.
So It's been wonderful. I've
So
loved
you've got a lot of fans now, and you just made a lot more fans.
Yay! I don't like fan club, but I like friends.
Yeah, thank you, Mindy.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Oh, man. Thank you. We'll be in touch, and thank you for sharing. And I've got your name down here to hopefully you'll win our ER Shred Gear raffle that we do.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome. Just pretend I won and send it to me.
Okay, Ruby.
Ruby Lamoureux.
Hey, there you go.
Hey. Hey,
Hi,
everyone.
Ruby.
Hi, Ruby.
First things first, where are you
Hey,
calling
nice to meet
from?
you guys.
Ruby, where are you calling from, and who introduced you to the ER Shred?
All right, I'm calling from North Florida in a small town called Lee. And Mary Ann Holden in her RV was passing through.
Oh,
And
bull crap.
we were friends online just a little bit. We both did the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, and we're both yoga instructors. And so we had kind of connected, and she said, hey, I'm going to be in town. You want to have coffee?
How long ago was that?
That was at the beginning of May.
Okay, well, this is pretty darn new to you then, and you, same thing, you've been
This is
posting
brand
in the
new.
group awesome things. So
Thank
give
you.
us your story.
Okay, well, I had also been keto for a very long time, at least 6 or 7 years, on and off. And again, I like to eat, and some of the stuff I really like to eat was some bread and this and that. But I just had a lot of tricky body things. I couldn't lose weight no matter what I had done. Like I said, being Institute of Integrative Nutrition and also the International School of Detoxification. So I had a lot of information on what quality food was supposed to be, but I couldn't lose weight. It wouldn't let go no matter what I was doing. And so keto made me feel better than anything else because it controlled some of the choices that I was eating, but I was dealing with a lot of bloating and a lot of digestive issues also. And that's obvious from that first photo. 2 days into
Can I pause you real
the
quick?
shred,
Everybody, Ruby, real quick, everybody, what my hope is for these calls, we want to all cheer each other on, right? So go and look up Ruby's post in the group, and you'll see she's already got 142 likes, and it was so cute how she put before and after 11 day, and she did, instead of the 11, she did 2 exclamation points, shred. But these results, I mean, I'm gonna let you share these results, but hey, same thing for Mindy Samerla, guys. Look her up in the group. A lot of you don't know that. Go to the group. There's a little magnifying glass where you can search for things. You could search the word cholesterol. That's great. You could search the word adaptive. You could search lots of things, but search their names and you'll see their posts, and go cheer them on, because this is so brave what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you there, Ruby. We'll keep going.
that's fine. So being that I had such a hard time to lose weight, what I ended up loving is that Mary Ann did not prospect me. She didn't try to sell me, but she just casually let me know that, her and her husband were on a cleanse. They weren't eating when we met. And so that kind of went in my head. I already knew what she was doing. And a few days later, I said, okay, I got to know what you're doing. And so when she said it, I said, well, I'm not having very good luck with my keto. I'm not losing this weight. So that's when she told me about ER Shred. And I was like, oh, this sounds perfect. I came into this group. I fell in love with the environment long before it even got here. On May 14th, and on the third day, I felt amazing. I had really low-key energy for a long time. I was always very high energy, very active person, and all I really wanted to do was sit. I didn't feel like doing anything. And I teach yoga. And so when you're doing an hour class and you're stopping every few minutes to say something as an excuse to not keep going, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And so about day 7, I was amazed. My energy, I came alive by day 7. I
Okay.
stepped through my class and I'm like, oh my God, I'm loving this.
I know that feeling of
What's that?
coming alive, that feeling of coming alive. How would you describe it?
It hit me while I was doing that yoga, and I realized I had whipped through it and I hadn't stopped. And I was like, I felt stronger. The energy was there. I wasn't like on the verge of sweating doing like very easy, very gentle yoga. It was like, I could not believe it.
Congratulations.
And so,
You
yeah,
know,
and then the results were
can you
there.
think, Ruby, can you think of any better slogan than come alive? Can you think of anything that better describes what happens?
Come alive and awakening are the only 2 words that come to my mind.
Well, I like the word awakening. I like that. My dad's first nutritional product that he ever formulated years ago was called Awakening. So that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
really? That's cool.
Yeah. So tell me,
That's cool.
Ruby, give us the stats. You shared some stats in the group.
So basically on day 5, I had lost 8 pounds and 22 inches overall. 3.5 was from my waist. And that would probably be a bigger number if I had actually measured my waist when I was really bloated. You would probably be at least another 5 inches, because you can see in my picture, I was pregnantly bloated from eating salads, by the way. And by day 8, that had changed. I had only lost 8.4 pounds, but my overall was now 28 inches overall lost.
Oh my God.
And I
Oh
just
my
thought that
God.
was like amazing for somebody that
Are
doesn't lose weight.
are you saying you dropped 28 inches in 8 days? Is that, am I hearing you correctly?
You are hearing me correct.
That is something.
It was.
Guys, just wrap
I-
your minds around that. That's one of the best we've ever heard in terms of inches. 28 inches in 8 days. And she's got the pictures to prove it. Pictures don't lie. I mean, that's what I love about what we do. This is not a vanity result. This is not hype. I mean, this is bona fide and legitimate. Look at, I mean, this is Ruby's pictures. Ruby,
had
you are a rock star. Congratulations. Ruby, what other benefits have you noticed real quick? Anything else that you've noticed?
Absolutely. My skin, I've always had very dry skin. It's actually starting, I don't want to say glow, but I'm starting to see a shine, and it's not white.
Yeah.
So it's definitely looking moister. The whites of my eyes are whiter. I have allergies since we moved to Florida, like really, really, really bad. They're gone.
Yeah,
So the congestion, the headaches, the itchy eyes, those are all gone.
Jesse will make sure to talk about that, because again, we're not claiming to cure, treat, prevent anything. We've posted disclaimers, but he'll talk about a little bit about what happens when the body gets to its natural state of homeostasis. But congratulations on that. Anything else? How are you doing as far as your cravings?
None.
No cravings.
really
Come
not.
on, you're a woman. Of course you like sugar.
No, actually, I had given up sugar a long time ago because my husband actually is type 2 diabetic.
Okay.
So we don't eat a lot of sweet stuff.
Yeah.
We've learned to have moderations in small amounts.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've kept that down for a long time. Now I crave things like tacos. I'm a major taco lover.
That's awesome. Well, Ruby, I want to encourage you to go and read the chat, because people are really cheering you on in the chat, which is so cool. And I'm sure you're going to gain a lot more fans online in our group. I hope you'll keep coming and showing up. Is there anything else you wanted to share about your result?
No, I just started round 2. Actually, I will add one more thing. I
Sure.
was extremely constipated. I had been right before I had started the first plan, the first round of shred. And by day 6 and 7, I still had not been to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So I had done a little warm salt water and that didn't really get anything moving. So the next morning, I took my 1,000 milligrams of magnesium and fixed that problem. So I feel like the end of the results kind of stalled out.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen in this one now that everything is back to normal.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. We're very open as a community and we like to talk about these things. We don't shy away from those kinds of things. And so please keep us updated in the group. Please do keep us updated as far as how you do. You know, I just wanted to pay you a compliment. It is not socially acceptable to be a yoga teacher and openly and proudly be a meat eater, is it?
I love what I do. I work with a lot of youth in detention centers. That's where a couple of my primary clients are. I have a detention center where minors are in a school detention health program. And I've been teaching there once a week for almost 3 years now. And I'm also working at it's a clinic where young teens are also coming in for everything from eating disorders to, you know, sexual assaults and all kinds of different things. So that's where my yoga started. And now I'm, you know, starting to do some other stuff as well. But I love what I do.
Congratulations. That's awesome. I just think it's so cool to have, personally, I think it's so cool to have yoga teachers that are like meat eater. I just think that's the coolest. I just have to say that. So
Thank you. Love you guys.
Thank you so much. We love you too. You're awesome. All right, we have next up, let's see if we have this individual out there. Kathy Delaney Dillon. Kathy Delaney Dillon. Now there was another Kathy April, and I know that other Kathy said no, but there's two Kathys. Do we have a Kathy Delaney Dillon? What about Trey Law? Trey Law out there? Let's have a look in my little roll here. No Trey Law. Did anyone else in the chat suggest that they would be willing to share? Any newbies? If not, is there anybody out there who would like to give an update on how they've been doing, who hasn't given us an update in a while? You could probably just unmute yourself and say hello.
John, I will. It's
John.
Leanne.
Hey there, Leanne.
Hey, I wanted to give an update. Scott and I have been doing a lot of biking lately. I posted a couple times here in the group. We're preparing for our ride this summer. We're going to be riding in up to 18 different states. And right now we're up to about 35 miles a day on the bikes. And you got to understand, myself at 57 and Scott at 63, I'm having a hard time keeping up with him. Which is kind of funny. I mean, it used to be the other way around. He got his hip replaced about 3 years ago, and he's been my little Energizer bunny. So this summer ought to be interesting, just to kind of watch us as we ride and experience the different states and different elements. That's going to be our biggest challenge. And I'll tell you what, the Popeye juice that Bob posted about here a couple days ago has been a total game changer as well. Just adding the ionics to the hydrate.
So let's talk about you a little more. The Popeye juice, people are adding amped hydrate blue raspberry to the Ionic Supreme, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So again, my advice around that will be just like my advice has always been around hydrate, which is I personally feel you ought to earn it. I really do. And I mean it. Now listen, people sucking down hydrate all day, every day without exercising is no different, in my opinion. Okay, it is a little different, but you know, you can suck down Gatorade zeros all day, every day. And guess what? If you're not exercising, you don't need it. And Jesse, I think you probably agree with me. All I'm trying to say is we want to incentivize people to get active. And you guys, Leanne, you're super, super active. So good on you. But, Ionix has a lot of sugar in it. It does. And so I want people to be aware of that. Ionix is also a very complex product, is it not? And there's a reason it's not part of ER Shred, because of the complexity of Ionix. So Ionix Supreme, for those of you that don't know what it is, it's an adaptogenic super juice that is good for helping your body cope with stress. You should probably introduce that product post ER Shred, just like you would any other food. That would be our suggestion. See how you feel on it. Try an ounce of it on an empty stomach. Try an ounce of it with some food. Try an ounce of it before you work out or after you need to learn to feel your body. Anyway, Leanne, keep going. How have you guys been doing on your fitness?
Fitness wise, I've been hanging tight on the same weight I've been since our first shred. I've been talking with Dr. Ina about that, trying to see if I can tweak some things. But I will tell you, I was recently at the doctor's for updates, and all of our numbers are right where they need to be. They've all improved across the board. So that's been a plus for both of us, for Scott and I. And the other thing was, it was interesting because, when the doctor taps your knee for the reflexology to check reflexes, she had a hard time finding the nerve for reflex because there was more muscle there than normal. So she was like, you can really tell that you're building muscle. So she's 100% behind what we're doing right now.
That's great. I always have these nowadays I have all these EMTs that like grab me and go, oh my gosh, like I could just have a field day with your veins. But anyway, that's awesome. Congratulations. You're going to go on is it a 50 state bike ride?
Well, basically we are, we're driving through our last, I'm going to say 18 to 20 states, and we're biking in 18 of those states.
Oh my gosh, that's so
So,
fun.
and we have trails picked out in all of those states and some others as well. So
Yeah.
I was just kind of wondering what Heidi's itinerary was to see if we could cross paths somewhere along the line as well. So
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. And you're going to be sporting some ER Shred cycling jerseys, I know.
Yep.
So that's going to be pretty fun. Make sure you take lots of pictures for us. And
we will.
Was this born of ER Shred? Would you say that this, this bike ride is born of ER Shred?
It's continuing because of ER Shred. I will say we started this bike ride and it became a goal after my husband's hip replacement.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, we started out only doing 2 and 3 miles, but we've increased to 35 to 50 miles. So it's been a big change this past year. I will say just this month of, what month are we in? May. We're almost up to 270 miles this month already. So.
Man, isn't that incredible?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. You just heard Ruby talking about when she came alive during that yoga class, the physical activity, just around feeling your best. We were talking about it in the group recently. I was basically saying what feels really cool is when you get physically active, not because you're trying to look great and not because you are trying to, burn a certain amount of calories or you're trying to do the right thing. But when you actually get physically active, because there's a fire burning inside of you to get physically active, like that's a different thing altogether. So I just love these kinds of stories. We're all going to be cheering you on.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. And it'll just keep getting better. That's what I've been noticing is that my fitness, I'm in the best shape of my life and I'm almost 41 years old and it's all born of ER Shred.
The other interesting part I will bring up, you did talk about the travel and with ER Shred. That's going to be another big part of ours because we're only living out of a car. So it's not like we have a travel trailer. So I'm going to be talking more about that as we're going along as well, just the ease of everything and how we're going to be managing our meat meals.
So cool. So cool. Oh, thank you so much, Leanne. Is there one more out there, new or update testing? Was that April? April, what you got?
Well, I was going to talk about my new exercise program, but Leanne, you're killing me. I'm embarrassed now. So I started back CrossFitting again 3 times a week, and I've upped my trail walking. So in 7 days, I did 98 kilometers. So that's, I guess, I don't know what, 45 miles maybe. So that's going from me walking maybe 20 kilometers a week. So up to 98, I was super impressed, and I can keep going. So I'll do a normal, like my walk in the morning, and then I'll come home and have my shake, and then I do a CrossFit workout, and then have a shower, and then clean the car, clean the house, do the garden. Like I just, in the last couple of weeks, I've just had so much extra energy and no pain. So it's just getting better and better and better. So
Congratulations, April.
yeah, thanks. So not as good as Leanne, but
You know what? April, I think I just did the math really quick in my head. I think you actually bumped your activity up like 350%. So that's pretty dang
wow.
significant.
I never thought of it that way. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty good too. And something that I'm super impressed by, and I wish I could show you guys right now, but my legs, there's so much definition. Like when I stand, I have like 5 lines of muscles in my thigh, and like a heart shape in my calf. And it's like, what the hell is, like, the only loose skin I have is in between my thighs. And it's like, I'm wearing shorter shorts now to show off these babies.
You know what, April, I can relate. When my father got me into weightlifting when I was about 13 years old, and part of the reason was because I had changed schools, and I was having a heck of a time fitting in. I was getting picked on a lot. I got in a lot of fist fights. And I remember training. You hear a lot of these people that get into training. Oftentimes it's because, it's born of a need to find your self-esteem. When you see your body transforming, ER shred is not, the word shred, Jesse talks about this all the time. The word shred, it's not in order to incentivize people to get shredded per se. And he'll talk more about that. But in reality, it's just improving. It's just getting better. And one of the things that I love so much about fitness, I love watching my body transform. I love it. Like you could call it vain, you could call it whatever you want. But when I look at my legs, and I've worked out my legs the last 2 months, I've worked out my legs more than I've done in the last 20 years. And I know what you're talking about. To see my legs and to see the change and the improvement, it is extremely gratifying for me. So I know where you're coming from, and I just want to acknowledge you for that. Like, way to go. You're awesome.
Ah, thanks. I'm feeling great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it's all about. It's all about
absolutely.
Yeah, it's all about the girls.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, April, and everybody who showed up tonight and who shared. We really appreciate you. And I'm going to introduce my buddy, Jesse James Jamnick, who is a nutrition coach. He is also an ultra marathoner. He's a former bodybuilder. And, if you guys know Jesse like I know Jesse, the thing that I love about him is that he really does care about people. That's been our mission. Jesse and myself and Crystal, Bob, Susan, if you guys haven't figured it out, like attracts like. Like attracts like. And we are people who really give a damn about people. We love people, and we want to help people. And that's where our motivation lies. So, Jesse, baby, are you out there? Do you want to come
What's
on
up,
here?
dude?
Hey, man.
How are you?
Awesome. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm just trying to get my damn laptop not to fall again. By the way, April, you shortchanged yourself. 98 kilometers is 61 miles, not 45 miles. So give yourself another 21 there, killer. Don't underestimate yourself. Okay, cool. I got to start taking notes, Sean, of all the things you promise I'm going to touch on in a call, because then I get so excited and I forget that I have to like remember all the things that Sean promised you that I would tell you, so that way it doesn't go off. But, you know, here's the thing, guys. I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, and the ER shred is something, you know, I was talking to Heidi actually after our call for a while last night, and I was like, you know, Heidi, it's so hard for me to describe exactly what the ER shred actually is, because the ER shred is different for every single person that decides to raise their hand and say, I love myself enough, I'm good enough, I deserve this, and I'm ready to take back control. And take back control of your life can mean so many things. For some people, it's losing weight. For other people, it's losing pain. For other people, it's just, you don't want to be a slave to food anymore. You don't want to feel like food runs your life. And I know some of you know what that feels like. If you've been addicted to sugar or addicted to carbs, like, you know that food controls your life, and it's not a good feeling. You know, some of you are looking for more of the spirituality. Some of you are looking for more of the mental stuff, the mental focus, you know, the self-love. I mean, one of the things that touched me so much that I made Heidi repeat last night on our call is she said, I'm doing this for no one else except myself. And my gosh, if you can get to that place, that is the place that I wish, that I hope, that I pray about daily, that every single one of you that comes into this amazing community that Sean and Crystal created and we all get to be a part of, I really truly hope from the bottom of my soul that every single one of you gets to feel that self-love and that self-joy, because that is a true blessing. You know, and it's crazy to me to think, you know, I was reading some articles today. I'm always reading science. I'm always reading articles. I'm always reading the new things that are coming up, because if I don't stay at the top of my game, I always look at it like, how am I going to help other people? Because not everybody's like me. Not everybody's in the same position as me. And one of the beautiful things about the ER shred is that the ER shred is literally whatever you need it to be. We are a community of like-minded people. We are badasses. We are people who are coming alive, who are understanding once again that there was never anything wrong with us in the first place. I spent 20 years thinking something was wrong with me. And Sean, I tell you all the time, but man, you're the greatest gift in my freaking life. And I'll keep telling you that because you just poured such belief in me. And I just feel that we owe that to everybody. And I know you've struggled and I've struggled, Sean, and we've been there for each other. And man, I know it lights you up just as much as it lights me up, that this is our mission. This is our mission. Like, if you know, Sean is such a humble guy, but man, he is an amazing just person and businessman and just super successful, but yet he's the most humble, down-to-earth, caring individual. And if you understand the heart of where Sean serves from, you will then understand and appreciate what I now believe the ER shred is. Is the ER shred an 11-day protocol? Absolutely. Am I going to tell you and be strict with you? Absolutely. You know why? Not because of the stupid certifications, not because of the thousands of dollars I've spent in education, not because of the hours that I've spent sacrificing myself, but you'll realize that, I forgot my train of thought there for a second, but anyways, you'll realize that the ER shred is just this purest community that's going to help you identify. It's going to help you realize a couple key things. One, that you are so freaking worth it. Two, it's going to help you realize that the raw power of food is the most powerful legal drug on the face of the human planet. Exclamation mark. Period. No, you can fight me till the day that I die, and I will keep telling you that. Because literally, the second that you take a bite of food, not a day from now, not an hour from now, not 20 minutes from now, every single time you choose to take a bite of food, you instantly are sending signals to your body. And what you start to realize with the ER shred, number one, is just how amazing you were actually designed to feel every single day. All of these beautiful testimonials of, I feel no pain anymore. My A1C, my inflammation, the weight is gone. The confidence is up. My hair's coming back. My skin's coming back. The whites in my eyes are there. Because do you understand that it's not the ER shred? I need you to understand that. And you have to realize that I will die for the ER shred. And Sean will die for it. He's shaking his head because he knows we're on that same page. We don't need to say, oh, we created this 11-day ER shred. It means nothing to us. It means nothing to us. What means everything to us is watching you all share your testimonials, watching you all come alive, listening to April and seeing her at the very beginning and where she's at now. That is so satisfying to me from a person who has spent so many years trying to help other people, because way back when I had that aha moment. I had that aha moment of, holy crap. It doesn't matter how hard I work out. It doesn't matter how many hours I sleep. It doesn't matter how much I sweat. If I don't control and fuel my body for performance, notice how I use these words. I'm not telling you to eat healthy food or non-healthy food. Who came up with that stupid shit anyways? That doesn't matter to me. I'm telling you to choose food that serves your body. And that is the beautiful thing that the ER shred is going to do. It is the simplest health protocol on the face of this planet. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. In my opinion, it is the best health protocol that has ever been created, and there is nothing else that will touch it. You know why? Because every other one that's out there is self-centered. It's self-centered, and it says that it cares about people, but it really is about a bottom line. It's about selling more product, selling more systems, getting more people to buy in. And they use these words that go after people's weaknesses. Shame on them for doing that. Shame on them. And it's doctors and it's marketers and it's people. You know, I look at these big fancy things like Noom, for instance, that are out there. And I don't know if I can say that name, but the hell with it. You know me, I'm just going to go with it, right? I look at the founders of that and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. You hired psychiatrists, you hired this. Like, you're not even physically in shape and fit yourself, for crying out loud. And you have this program that you can cure people. People say to me all the time, why do you think you can help me when I've tried all this other stuff? I say this simple thing, because I have failed thousands of more times than you, and I am still here today. That is the only difference between me and you. That is the only difference between somebody who is so-called further ahead than you. So what does the ER shred do? The ER shred literally cuts through the chase. We cut through all the bullshit that's in the market. You know, there's a lot of BS out there. Just open this little thing called Google and try to find an answer that doesn't contradict itself. Good luck with that, right? So what is the ER shred? The ER shred, in the simplicity of it, is simply the tracks to run on. You are the choo-choo train that is derailed. We are picking you up with a crane and we are putting you back on the tracks, and we are giving you a clear, defined path for you to run with. And we are giving you the love and the support and the community and the knowledge and the experience of years and years and thousands of hours and thousands of dollars of trial and error. That's realistically how we came up with this, right, Sean? Like, it was accident. Like, you struggled. You tried thousands of things. So did I. And the difference with the ER shred is we just give you guys the best of each thing. It's so hard to describe it because it's this culmination of many different things. You do have a little bit of keto. You do have a little bit of carnivore. You do have a little bit of fat adaptation. Well, you have a lot of fat adaptation. You do have carb restriction. You do have protein pacing. You do have cellular intermittent nutritional fasting, which has ridiculously been studied with scientific peer-reviewed results. You have so many things. You have control of your hormones. We're regulating that. So the ER shred is just this simple thing that cuts the chase, and it allows you guys to realize how good you're supposed to feel. And everybody knows, why does everybody quit in the beginning of a diet or a fitness program? Because you never get to experience what you set out to do. And the ER shred allows you to have what took Sean and myself and Crystal years to figure out. It allows you to have that beautiful aha moment in 11 short days. I don't know what day it's going to hit you. It actually might be the second time that you do the ER shred 22 days later. I don't even care if it's 33 days later. You can't tell me that getting control and not having cravings and not being addicted to food anymore and understanding what food fuels you. When you show up and you walk into life and you say, I'm going to eat that because and only because I choose to feel amazing every day, not because I'm supposed to, not because it's healthy, not because somebody says to do it. You see, this is an empowerment movement, and some of us don't even realize how empowering this is to you until you experience it. I'm not going to tell you it's a diet because it's not. I hate that word. I hate it. I hate it. And I even hate sometimes when people say, I'm doing it another shred. I'm like, no, you're just incorporating cleanse days in. You are living the lifestyle. If you're on shred 4, 5, 6, 7, you have adopted a new way of living. You have created new habits. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself a high five. Celebrate these things that you're doing. But let's break down the basics. The 11-day ER shred. The elimination aspect is very, very simple. It's powerful. Why? Because it's going to eliminate the things that are causing inflammation. It's eliminating the things that are causing the pain. It's eliminating everything that is literally making the inside of your body go to war with itself. And we are stripping all of that away. So we're eliminating that. But instead of thinking it as taking away, I want you to think of, we're not necessarily losing something. We're simply replacing what doesn't serve us with now what does serve us. And if you learn to flip that mindset and you flip that mentality, you are going to soar for many, many, many more years. So the elimination aspect really helps us get to baseline. And the beautiful thing about baseline and why we don't want you to have even other quote unquote healthy things is because until you get to that point, you never know what your body is supposed to feel. You don't actually know what serves you. You know, somebody just told a story about Mindy, I think, about a salad. I had that same experience. It blew my mind because I've been eating it forever. And guys, I haven't been unhealthy for years. I've just not been at the peak of where I'm at right now. I was at like 93% and now I'm at like 99.5%. There's still that 0.5% where you just like live life, like you just have a day, right? It's totally normal. We're real life people. But the elimination aspect is so powerful. Then we have the reset, the R of the ER shred. That is our cellular intermittent fasting. Listen to me. We are regulating hormones. You are controlling serotonin, ghrelin, insulin, HGH production. You are creating autophagy, which is your healthy cells eating your bad cells, your sluggish cells. Now, if you understand your body, you understand that your cells are duplicating thousands of times every single day. Do you want unhealthy cells making more unhealthy cells? Do we think that that's going to get us in a better position? Or would you rather give your body an oil change from the inside out and allow your body? You see, the cleanse supports your body and allows your body to do what we were designed to do. We are detoxifying. There is actually new science that's coming out, and we even have some of it now, that shows that the regimen that we use, that we chose to incorporate in the ER shred, not only helps us with the regulation of insulin, we literally have proof that there are toxins, heavy metals, pesticides, herbicides, what scientists used to believe to be forever toxins stored in our body are now being able to be safely released and excreted by our body simply because we are giving it the nutrition and the fuel that our body needs to do that kind of work. That's what your body is designed to do. But if you're sluggish and you've been abusing it for so many years, it's not going to work. So now you take that combination of the elimination, and if you don't understand how powerful that it is, try it. And I promise you, you'll realize real quick. Then you have cellular intermittent fasting. Then we have the shred. Well, the shred, like Sean said, it's not about muscles. Muscles and getting healthy is the byproduct. Listen to me closely. It's the byproduct of feeling amazing every single day. If you're not digesting right, if you're not sleeping right, if you're not fueling right, if you're not having the mental focus and the clarity, and you got massive stress coming in and you don't know how to combat that. If you have that going on, you're never going to get to where you want to get to. So the shred aspect is a lot. The shred is fueling the body with amazing foods like collagen bone broth and good quality grass-fed meat, which so many people are scared of. And now we realize it's one of the most nutritious, nutrient-dense, bioavailable foods on the face of this planet. We've been lied to for so many years. Do your research. Go and look at things that aren't funded by government money. Get your facts straight, and you will change your life. I guarantee you will change your life if you just do it, right? So you have that shred, but it can also mean shredding limits and beliefs. It can also mean shredding not loving yourself. It can also mean whatever you need it to mean. It's not about what it means to me and Sean. Remember, our job is to give you the tracks. Our job is we make it better if we can, but I don't think we can. That's how freaking amazing this is. And I've been doing this for 20 years and I've tried it all, but that's what the shred is. It's shredding mental stuff, physical stuff, whatever the case may be. And then obviously we have the last part of it, which is our community. There is nothing else like the ER shred community. Hands down, no questions asked. It is one of the most interactive, loving places that you could ever be. There are so many people. Why have people had access to the nutrition that we use for so many years but couldn't figure it out? Why have people gone to school and gotten certifications and seen doctors and tried holistic practices and done all this other stuff, but all you hear is failure, 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 failure? And yet when you come to the ER shred, you hear success after success after success after success after success story. You cannot deny those results. And it's the community aspect, the place where everybody can just feel like you belong, because you do belong here. Every single one of you. We don't discriminate. There's no color. There's no race. There's no nothing. We don't care. All we care about is you as a human being. And we want to share with you how you can feel as amazing as you were designed to feel. And that is the beautiful thing about the ER shred. It's so complex and it's so simple, and the results are so profound that I think you got to be a damn fool not to try it, Sean. Like, you just got to, right? You just got to, man. Now I'm sweating like, whew, I feel like I got to work out tonight. But that's the basics of it, guys. Like, that's the ER shred in a nutshell. That's all it is, right? That's all it is. But it's the most powerful thing that you'll ever get your hands on.
Jesse, real quick, before we let you run, and that was incredible. You always bring the energy and you always say it like it is. I know you and I both feel like, Mindy, Leanne, Ruby, April, these are real life superheroes to us. Why is there such power in people sharing their story?
Oh, I think that's twofold, actually. I think the power first is in the person sharing the story. There is nothing more satisfying. Listen, at the end of the day, we all want to be part of a team. Everybody wants to feel well. Everybody wants to feel loved. Everybody wants to feel a part of a team. And when you can share your story with like-minded people, and you can have people celebrate you and love on you and cheer you on and get you to keep going, that is something that can take so much pressure off of a human being, just to let them know, Sean, that we are so proud of you. Like, we are, I don't know you personally, but I am so proud of you, because, and I can say that in my heart because I've been there. I've done the work. I show up every day. I wake up early. I do the do. Like, I've been there with you, and I know what it takes. Like, when I tell you stuff, I'm not telling you just because I read it from a book. Those books, honestly, wasted my damn money. I'll be quite honest with you. Like, I pissed away thousands of dollars to get a stupid piece of paper, and everything that I teach people is from real life experience of me being my own human guinea pig. The second thing is that listen, would you be here if somebody didn't have the courage to share their story with you? No, you wouldn't. No, you would not. So I look at it like this. Shame on me for being so inside my own head and actually living life caring what somebody else would think, because I want to genuinely help somebody else. And I know that's hard to swallow sometimes. I know it's hard to swallow. Nobody wants to be rejected. But I need to explain to you that you're not the one getting rejected. They are rejecting themselves. They're rejecting a concept. They're not rejecting you. And if we can emotionally detach ourselves from that, listen, guys, I don't know how many millions of people there are in this world, Sean, but there's too many that I can't count. I know just in America, like, and our vote, whatever it was, we had like 70 million and 75 million. That's a lot of millions of people is basically all I'm coming to the conclusion of, right? We only have 22.1 thousand people in the ER Shred community. Yeah. If we can get to 1 million, that is not even a minuscule amount of the amount of people in this world. Look around when you go outside. How many people are suffering every day? How many people can't walk normally and they shuffle because of issues? How many people can't get in and out of their car comfortably? How many people can't climb in and out of their shower comfortably? How many people wake up and don't even look in the mirror because they don't have the confidence to look in the mirror? You need to share your story. You need to get out of your own way, just like you did when you said yes, and share your story with other people, because you never know. You never know. And I told Heidi last night, Heidi said, I hope we did something good. I said, Heidi, if we touched one person's life, it is all freaking worth it. And you never know, Sean, whose life you could touch because you simply had the courage to show up and speak up.
Yeah. Jesse, hey, we'll close this out. Look, I just sent this to Bob. See if you can read that, Jesse.
Can't see it. Can't see it.
You can't see that? It says,
it looks blurry.
It says we need to have Jesse on the Shredders Unite call, man. He is really charged. You're positively charged, baby.
Dude, I would love to be on that call because I don't shy away from that. I don't shy away from that part. I mean, I've done very, very well, but I look at it like this, Sean. People paid me to sell supplements out of the back of my trunk. They would come at me and I was selling them stuff with chemicals and potions and skull and crossbones. And, I feel bad about what I used to do. Like, I didn't know any better, right? Like, I did that. And I've been very fortunate with this, and I've done really, really well with this. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because you go to a doctor and I paid $300 out of pocket to see my ENT. So we could basically have a conversation because we're best friends, because he went up into my nose 3 times and did some surgery. So, I mean, think about that, right? Like, we pay for these things and we put these values on things, and it's like, we just got to get out of our own way. And I think the ER Shred is a great start to help people realize they're powerful on all aspects, and money and finances and everything that people were scared of, that is part of holistic health. Because I just read a scientific article that showed the pressure and the health struggles that people who stress out financially cause on themselves. 90% of every doctor's visit, Sean, is due to stress-related stuff, whether that's life or food or finances or something to that nature. So from a holistic standpoint, from a holistic coaching standpoint, even when I have my personal one-on-one clients, financial sides of things is something that we touch on because it's a big, big piece of health. So, I mean, that's, I'll just leave it at that.
Jesse, thank you so much, man. Listen, I wish I had time to convene after this call. I've got to go host a 10-year-old girl party. I know you understand how that is. Listen, you guys, the ER Shred, Crystal and I came up with this thing. I don't think it was going anywhere without Jesse. I really don't. And it's because, do you see why he's an ER Shred ambassador? It's all BS. In fact, look what April said. April said, April right here, I got goosebumps from your energy, Jesse. You know what? That stuff, it can't be faked. It just can't be. I'm just gonna tell you, that's legitimate. This guy really, really does enjoy what he's doing, and he enjoys helping people. So, hey, can we all unmute and love on Jesse? He doesn't have to be doing this. I don't pay him to do this.
Jesse.
Yay, Jesse. We love you.
Can I say one thing?
Yes,
Sean?
Heidi, go. Yes.
Sean, this weekend, we went to a monster truck rally. Okay. And we sat in the front and watched everybody walk by from the food concession stands with chicken nuggets and French fries and soda, right? And I said to my husband when we left, all my life I felt abnormal being fat, heavy. That night I felt unnormal because everyone around me, I was a healthy weight. I'm not going to say skinny or anything, you know, but I watched kids in front of me on a blanket drinking 24 ounces of soda, guzzling it at the age of like 5, 6, you know, and eating chips. And the whole time they weren't having fun watching and enjoying the entertainment. They were eating. And I listened to Crystal saying we have to enjoy going, you know, being with people and entertaining, and it's not about the food, you know. It's sad. It's really sad.
You know what? That's born of, that's another conversation for another day, but that's born of marketing. That's born of propaganda. That's really unfortunate. Well, let's go help some people. That's what Jesse just
Right.
while Jesse was
Yep.
talking, I just sat there and I thought, you know what? I need to help more people. So that's what I feel. So thank you so much, everybody. We love you all. Tomorrow
night,
night,
everybody.
Bob Sivright will have
Right.
on his call. Tomorrow night is Adam Sisk and Olivier, and they're going to be talking about how you can reach more people and help more people with ER Shred. So that's tomorrow night. You can go there by getting to go to Shredders Unite, shreddersunite.com, and you can watch that tomorrow night at the same time as this call, which is 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Also, Heather had mentioned an update about those individuals who do have sensitivities around the Isoline Pro shakes. We'll go ahead and we'll do a post about that. So look for that because we want to just, you know, give you an update around that. It's going to be a great thing. So we love you all and thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Good night.
Bye,
Have fun, Sean.
Thank you, Jesse.
everybody.
Great call.
Thank you.
Awesome call. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you,
Bye.
Sean.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Jesse.
shares.
Sean.
Guys, have a
Thank
good
you,
night.
Crystal. Oh my God, Crystal's little balls of protein are so good with the chocolate inside.
Oh, I can't wait to make those.
They're
I
so-
just made
Because
some.
I'm done with this cleanse.
I just got my yeah, cleansing now. I'm not eating them, but I just got the big jar of the amped hydrate, whatever it's not amped hydrate, whatever she told us to get.
Try release, yeah.
Try release.